I don't know who needs to hear this, but he's not gonna pick you.
Butterflies.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hey guys, it's Kadeisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video for you guys. I have compiled a list of girl code rules that all girls should follow, and if you don't, well, you might be an unintentional asshole. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Lord knows some of y'all do. And without further ado, let's just get started. Rule number one, do not pursue your friend's exes or someone they are crushing on. I feel like this goes without saying, but apparently it does not. Now, if you have not watched season 2 of Euphoria, this is a tiny spoiler for you, but do not be a Cassie. Don't you dare pull a Cassie on your friends. Your friends deserve better, and if your friends are the ones pulling a Cassie on you, you deserve better. Like, I get it, the heart wants what it wants, but could it not want anyone else? Like, of all the people in this world, like there's what, 7.5 billion people, something like that, and the only person you see to pursue is your friend's ex. That doesn't sit right with me. Why would you want your friend's ex? Do you also eat their leftovers? This always ends with disaster, actually. I have never heard of or seen a good outcome come from this. Do not be fooled. That ex is probably not looking for anything serious. They're probably just looking for a rebound. And don't let yourself be the rebound. You deserve more. And you also don't need to betray your friend to do that. I understand the crush part may be a little bit tricky because not everyone is very transparent about who they're crushing on for whatever reason, and we gotta respect that. However, if your friend has confided in you with who they're crushing on, and you for some reason find it within yourself to go and flirt with that person, I don't even know what to say. Why would you do that? Is it because you think that they wouldn't like your friend and you think they would like you more? Because I cannot for the life of me think of a good reason why you would do that. Like, are you trying to make your friend jealous? Because that's what's gonna happen. Rule number 2. If you go out to the bar or the club together, you leave together. Period. There is nothing more distasteful than a set of friends that go out and somehow end up leaving someone behind. Like, what? How do you accidentally leave someone behind? Like, how does that happen? Oh no. The sun is coming around the corner, which means A, I'm going to be blind, and 2, the lighting is going to be awful. Rule number 3, don't gatekeep. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not as special as you may think. I'm sorry, that was really mean. What I meant to say was, your clothes are not as special as you think. Sorry, that was still mean. But I just see this a lot where someone asks someone else on the internet, where's your dress from, where's this from, where's that from? Like a complete stranger, someone you do not know. And the person will be like, I don't remember. And then you can scroll down their page and they did a haul like a week ago and they don't remember. No, you're just being fake, actually. Like, why are you gatekeeping? And I've seen people use the excuse that they don't want people to copy them, and I kind of get it. It's awkward showing up in the same place wearing the same thing, but then at the end of the day, it's not gonna look the same on both of you anyway, so it's gonna have a different vibe, a different look. But for those that gatekeep from people, like random people on the internet, that doesn't sit right with me. Like, one thing is if it's your friend or someone you might see in person and you don't want to show up in the same thing, like, okay, fair enough. But a complete stranger that you will probably never ever meet, you don't want to tell them where your dress is from? Why? Just because you tell someone where something is from does not mean that they're actually going to buy it. Have you ever thought about that? They might not even buy it. They might just be interested in the brand or the store. Rule number 4. If someone has something stuck in their teeth, you tell them. Pull them aside, tell them nicely, hey, you have something between your teeth, and help them get it out so they avoid embarrassment. Because there is nothing worse than coming home from somewhere, realizing you probably had something in your teeth the entire time. You could save someone that embarrassment, and you should save someone that embarrassment. I get it, sometimes you don't want to tell someone because maybe you don't know them that well, or you're afraid of offending them or making it awkward for them, but I guarantee you it might be awkward telling someone, but it's going to be more awkward when they go home and find out, and they probably wished someone would have told them. Rule number 5. If a girl is on her period and she doesn't have a pad or a tampon and you have an extra of either, you offer that to her. No questions asked, you give that to her immediately. And kind of to follow up on the previous one, if you notice someone has bled through because they're on a period, you again pull them aside, tell them nicely. We've all been there. We've all been there. We know how embarrassing it is. I don't care how you're gonna fix it, but it is now your duty to help solve the issue. I don't care how well you know this person. It does not matter if this is your friend or a complete stranger. You owe it to your fellow uteruses, and you know that you would want someone to do the same for you. Okay, now the lighting is really annoying. Like, you can see my setup on me, so that's really fun. I can't really do anything about this, but I need to finish this video, so I'm sorry. Rule number 6. If a friend tells you to stop saying or doing a certain thing because it upsets them, you should acknowledge it, apologize, and never bring it up again. You should be able to be honest with your friends. If they make a joke or they make a comment or whatever it is, if they do or say something that upsets you, you should be able to have a strong enough friendship to bring it up to them in a nice way and talk it through. If you are afraid of how your friend is going to react, chances are that person is not really your friend. And this obviously goes both ways, and it's not just for the girls. This is for anyone. If you cannot tell someone how you feel in a respectful way without them getting upset at you, or their initial reaction is, oh, you're so sensitive, oh, it was just a joke, oh, you don't have to take it so seriously, I didn't mean it like that. If that is their initial response, instead of just apologizing and telling you, I'm not going to do it again, I'm not going to say it again, they are probably not your friend. That is toxic behavior and borderline manipulative. Rule number 7, you should always be loyal to your friend and have their back. If there's beef in your friend group, I'm not saying to pick sides. Sometimes it can be difficult to really point out who's really in the wrong. Sometimes both people can be in the wrong, but if there's a rumor going on or if there's some tea going on against your friend, you better back them up. You better be there for them when they need you, and you better support them, and you should have their back even when they're not around. You should actually have their back, especially when they're not around to defend themselves. Rule number 8, do not forget about your friends when you get a partner or significant other. I have a few people in my life that probably should hear this one. Do not replace your friends for some guy or girl or whoever, because who's gonna be there for you when you break up? No relationship is perfect. You will have your ups and downs, and who's gonna be there for you when you do? If you've pushed everyone aside because all you care about is your new partner, you're not gonna have anyone in your corner when you really need them. Also, it's quite rude and ungrateful to throw away everything you have with your friends for some other person, like some outsider. Like, are you joking? Like, you would normally go to the movies with your friends, now you're busy with your boyfriend, now you're busy with... I just kind of roll my eyes whenever someone tells me they have a partner, because it's like, do I even bother to befriend you? Because you're probably not gonna make time for me anyway because you have a partner. And I don't know, people with partners just tend to forget that they have friends. Rule number 9, do not gossip about your friends. A friendly reminder, if they gossip to you, they will also gossip about you. Like, I'm not saying you can't talk about people as in mention them in a conversation. Obviously you can, everyone does that. But I mean specifically things that you know you wouldn't say to them if they were there. Those are the things that you probably should not be saying. All I'm saying is don't say things about people behind their backs if it's not something you are ready to say to their face, or that if you are confronted with it, you will deny it. Like, if you cannot at least own it, you shouldn't be saying it. I consider myself a very straightforward and honest person, and I like to nip things in the bud before they get worse. And I am not afraid of confrontation in that sense. Like, I will bring it up to someone if they said or did something that I didn't appreciate. And if you're not ready for that conversation, you probably should not have said or done that thing. Rule number 10. If you witness someone's partner cheating on them, you must tell them. I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, I get it if it's not your friend and it's an acquaintance, they might not appreciate it and they might not even believe you either. At least you tried. If they don't want to listen, that's fine. That's on them, but you have been warned. Rule number 11, don't let a boy or a partner in general get between you and your friends. Now, I'm not saying you should always pick your friend's side because your friends are not always right, but I'm just saying you should not just pick your partner's side just because they're your partner. If they didn't find it important, they wouldn't have brought it up, and they are just doing it to protect you. A good friend always has your best interest at heart, and usually a good friend can see through the act of a boyfriend or girlfriend before you can. Rule number 12, siblings are also off limits. Now, this one I personally cannot relate to because my brother is 10 years older than me, meaning that his friends have always been 10 years give and take older than me, and my friends have always been 10 years give and take younger than him. So it's not really been an issue. You know, it has never really been an issue for us, but a lot of people are much closer in age to their siblings, which might lead to the opportunity to arise. You might even be in the same friend groups or in similar friend groups or just have at least some mutual friends. And that's all fine and dandy until your friend suddenly wants to date your siblings. Like, if you have your friend's blessing, I guess go for it. But is it not awkward? Don't you think it's gonna be awkward to walk in on your friend and they're doing your sibling? I would be mortified. And is it also not embarrassing that your friend and you would normally gossip about whoever and those juicy details are now about your sibling? That's a little uncomfortable for me. That feels a little bit icky. Rule number 13, girls should empower and lift each other up and not tear each other down. The root of all evil is jealousy, and I cannot think of a different reason why you would want to tear someone down. I don't think anyone who's truly happy with themselves would insult other people. If you hate on people that you don't even know, or someone you've just seen online or just heard of, and you just cannot deal with them, I think you need to reflect, because that seems like it stems from something else. Also, it's weird. It's weird to just dislike someone you don't know. If you've met someone and you don't like each other, or you don't like them for whatever reason, and you just don't vibe, fine, like, fair enough. You've given them a chance, I guess, and some people you're not gonna like, and not everyone is gonna like you, and that is just how the cookie crumbles. But if you actually dislike someone that you don't know or you've like barely met, that just seems weird. And you know what I mean, like the ones where you actually actively stalk them on social media, or you keep tabs on them, you claim you don't like them, but you also keep tabs on them. That's weird. That is weird behavior, and it needs to stop immediately. Rule number 14, do not be a pick-me girl. Do I even need to explain this one? Just don't be a pick-me girl. There's probably nothing more annoying than a pick-me girl, and there's probably nothing that feels more like betrayal than your own friend insulting you just to get attention from some guy. That is repulsive. I don't know who needs to hear this, but he's not gonna pick you. Like, you're throwing your friend under the bus for the attention of some guy that probably doesn't even wash between his cheeks? Immediate no. Rule number 15, a secret is a secret. I don't care if you're still friends. I don't care how long ago this secret was told. I don't care if you're beefing or how mad you are at this person. You do not spill anyone's secrets. Period. Does not matter. That secret was told in confidentiality. Wait, is that the right word? Maybe. Anyway. That person confided in you and trusted you with this secret. You are taking that secret to your grave. Okay, so that is the end of this video. That was 15 girl code rules that every girl should follow, and I hope you guys are following protocol. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel and turn on my post notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much, you're awesome, and I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys!